Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by the pride of Plainfield, New Jersey. He was born to run the fast break. It's Jay Williams.
And Plainfield, New Jersey really respects you for putting some respect on my hometown's name. But you know what? We're going to have a big-time matchup this evening as the guys are getting ready to battle down on the court.
Let's do it. They're ready to go, and so are we. The Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. The screen sets him up for two.
The pro game has really come down to P&Rs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Celtics have it. Jay, for once, Trader Danny was Danny Ainge. Celtics didn't do that much, but Eastern Conference didn't see much change either.
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything if you're the Boston Celtics. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. There's no doubt about it. The Celtics are now in the driver's seat.
And he throws it down. Nuclear from Blake Griffin.
You know, for a good 8 years, Blake Griffin and the Clippers were synonymous. Blake was the Clippers. He was the face of the franchise on billboards and in every commercial. But as we all know in this league, loyalty is fickle.
Celtics have it.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Curling inside. Jason Tatum swats it. Clips able to recover. To Leonard. For three. Not that time. He misses. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Jackson with it. Down just a couple. Leonard. And the slam.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Celtics have it. Screen coming. Off the assist.
Ed, this is like show and tell back in kindergarten. You show the ball, and then you tell him with the easy lay.
Going back to the pre-K days, Jay. George. His first effort off the mark. Brown into the front court. Lead is 2. Here comes the screen. Down low for Griffin. Tatum. And George able to gobble up the rebound. Jackson with it. They trail by 2. Slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Griffin. To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Jackson with it. Down 2. Reggie Jackson, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Tatum. Oh, that's how it's done.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
Got it.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Jackson. Reggie Jackson rocks the rim.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
Brown with it up top. It's a one-point game, 13-12. Here comes the screen. To Griffin. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough two than a wide-open three.
Clippers have the basketball. Leonard to Reggie Jackson. Slams it down, and there was no stopping him that time.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Brown into the front court. Two-point advantage. Fires the three. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Jackson with it. Trailing by 4. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out. To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Lost it with 4 to shoot. Throws it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Jackson to Marcus Morris. Sizing up the defense. Blake Griffin. Huge block. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. It's PG for 2. Second effort. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Brown with it up top. They lead it. 4-point game. Knocked loose. Jackson with it. He'll run the offense. To Leonard. Count the bucket for 2.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Brown into the front court. Leads a bucket. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets it in the left corner. Here comes the screen. Slams it down. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Jackson. To Marcus Morris. Leonard. Off the mark. Brown with it up top. Leads 4. scores on the Euro step.
Oh, yeah, we're coming right back.
You know what we call that, Ed? We call that now you see me, now you don't.
To Jackson. Kawhi Leonard, 3 for 6 now.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Tatum. No good. That's great defense. Leonard to Marcus Morris. Blake Griffin sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Great pass to set it up. To Jaylen Brown. Almost, and he's not getting the call. Jackson with it. Down 4. Celtics come away with it. To Griffin. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Tatum. Smothering D.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Turns, pops, and finishes. The abuse at the rim for Blake Griffin.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Kawhi Leonard, 4 out of 7.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Tatum. How's that for a start? 14 points in this first quarter as he knocks down the 3.
And look, I know this requires great conditioning on the defensive part, but you have to start denying him the ball. Make him catch the ball further away from the basket.
To Covington. Kawhi Leonard. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Here comes the screen. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Knocked loose. Leonard. Boston with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Tatum. And the rebound grabbed by the Clippers. To Leonard. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Here comes the screen. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Jason Tatum trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 82%. Tatum's good on the free throw. It's a three-point play as Boston adds to the lead. Knocked loose. George. Over to the right side. Leonard. That misses with 3 seconds left. Quarter comes to an end. The Celtics have the lead. One quarter in the books, and Jay, naturally, both coaches wanted to get more stops. But boy, was that fun to watch.
The pace of this game has been prolific. As a fan, I love to watch. As a coach, I would be pulling my hair out. These players would drive me crazy. I need to see some defense, please.
I don't want to ask this question. What hair?
Why would you ask it then if you don't want to ask?
Just go in there.
Okay. Well, you would.
Down low for Powell. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Curling inside. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. And a throwdown. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Take stock of the floor. Good. Off a spin.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Wall with it up top. Margins 8. To Covington. Batum. To Wall. Blake Griffin with a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
That's going to be out of bounds. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. John Wall goes to work. Deep two there. Won't go.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything. That's why shots aren't dropping.
Celtics have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Couple of cracks at the line now.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Marcus Smart at the line for 2 shots. Shoots it at 75% for his career and hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Into the front court, it's Wall. They find themselves down 10. To Marcus Morris. Batum. Nothing going here on that drive. Lets it fly from long range. Gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Wall into the front court. His guys trail by 13. Batum to Marcus Morris. Powell. Shot clock violation. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Brown into the front court. His team on top by 13. Around the perimeter to Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not that time. He missed it to Brogdon. 4-3. And Jackson able to grab the rebound. Nikola Batum. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Brogdon. Here comes the screen. Brogdon. Here's a chance from long range. Buries the trifecta.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. Defense forces the turnover, and it leads to points.
Bulldog. Look, it ain't always going to be pretty, but this is a results-oriented business, and this dude will always give you a good ROI.
And he stepped out of bounds, turns the ball over. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Nikola Batum. He's 2 for 2 now.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and, most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
To Brogdon. Here comes the screen. Brogdon. Nice pass to set things up.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Jackson. Going to launch beyond the arc. Contested shot, Marcus Morris can't hit.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Reggie Jackson. To Marcus Morris. Lays it up and in.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Marcus Smart. And the rebound taken down by the Clippers. To Jackson. knocked loose. Stays in bounds. Really good hustle. And a backcourt violation. New blood coming in for both sides. From long range, it's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
It's LA Clippers ball. Jackson to Luke Kennard. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
And look out. Big finish at the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
To Reggie Jackson. Batum. To Marcus Morris. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Brogdon. To Griffin. Beyond the arc for three. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Knocks down the first. Second and three is good. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Wall across the timeline. His guys down big. Brogdon to Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. For three. Another chance to Jaylen Brown. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Celtics have it. Screen coming. Probing the defense. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. To Marcus Smart. Even to Zubats with the block. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Jason Tatum tips it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Fires the three. It's George with the rebound. Batum to Jackson. George, it's good. Defense has to pick things up.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the three.
Celtics have it. Here comes the screen. A drive by Brown, but he can't finish. Stuffs it down with authority.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Brown with it up top. His guy's up by 15. Tatum buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Celtics have it. Cashes in for two.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Jackson. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Jason Tatum has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. First one goes down. So he hits the first, misses the second. Jackson with it. Down a bundle. Paul George to Covington. Robert Covington with the strong finish.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
To Brogdon. Here comes the screen. Brogdon. Tatum. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Clippers have the basketball to Reggie Jackson. To George. Strong finish for Paul George.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
And the rebound taken by the Clippers. Jackson with it. He'll run the offense. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation to Paul George. To Marcus Morris. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Tatum. Misfires. It's no good. The follow won't go either. George to Jackson. Tried to slam it down, but it comes out. To Brogdon. Here comes the screen. Brogdon. Count the basket inside.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Throws it down.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
To Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Tatum. He continues to light it up from downtown. 5 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and what's shocking, Ed, is that he's gotten so many open looks. Look, stay down in the stance, stay disciplined, stop losing him, stay attached to his hip, and force him to put the ball on the ground off those curls and finish over your bigs.
Lets it fly from long range. Well defended. Covington's a tough matchup. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen.
Halftime. And it's I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. The Celtics were the dominant team in that first half, without question. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics. The Clippers may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
The Boston Celtics have earned the green light to continue to shoot from long range in the second half. Their percentage from deep has been so impressive, and it's a big reason for their halftime lead.
Player of the half.
Tatum couldn't be denied the award after all of those slams. He might get top plays all to himself at the end of the game if he keeps this up. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Cruises inside for 2.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Brown into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To George. Jackson to Paul George. And the finish slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Batum to Reggie Jackson. Knocks it down off the step back.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Griffin. Tatum. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
He had such a great first half, but obvious adjustments were made defensively to shut him down, and now he's really starting to struggle.
And Paul George good on the quick release there.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
To Marcus Smart. No, I missed a short one there.
And it's written all over his body language. I mean, he looks frustrated, vexed, perplexed, whatever other word you want to throw at it with the X. But seriously, that body language, that's something he needs to work on.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Jason Tatum, couple of free throws on the way, shooting 66% in this contest. First free throw is good.
See, you've been working on your game.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Jackson with it. 14-point deficit. Paul George. Boston with the basketball. And he throws it down. Nuclear from Blake Griffin. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
To George. Referee blows the whistle. Jump ball coming. Changes coming from both sides right now. Wall. Won't go down. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Here comes the screen. To Jaylen Brown. had a good look there, but it's no good.
And Ed, these are the kind of games that haunt you when you're on your team bus and you're scrolling through social media and you see all the memes being made about you, all the clips being done about all your missed shots. That can only get you motivated to get back in the gym and get ready for the next one.
Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
A fundamental shot right there.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet, too?
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Tatum. Second effort. Griffin to Jaylen Brown. Tatum. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Into the front court comes Wall. His guys down big. And he finishes at the rim.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Tatum. Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
George to Leonard. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Here comes the screen to Jaylen Brown. The screen sets him up for 2.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
To Paul George. Nothing going here on that drive. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
This game comes down to micro adjustments. Either mismatches, ball screens, slipping action on those ball screens, quick fades to threes. It just seems like you're actually finding your rhythm offensively.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. For 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Leonard to Jackson. Short jumper stays out. The follow won't go either. The follow won't go either. To Jaylen Brown. From the painted area, won't go down. Tatum. That one off the mark. It's no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Oh, and we have a 5-second violation. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Covington. George. Wide open look. Won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
To Jaylen Brown. Has a chance. Add 2 points to the board.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Celtics have it. To Brogdon. Even to Zubac. Snatching it out of the air.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
It's George for 2. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. To Jaylen Brown. Boston with 4 to shoot. 24-second violation. He got it off in time, but that shot no good. Shifting gears. Here come some substitutions. Wall. A pass taken away by the Celtics. Here's a chance from long range. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Wall with it up top. Down a bundle. Batum. Knocked loose. Celtics have it. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good. Knocked loose. Nikola Batum looking good. 4 for 5.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Here comes the screen. To Jaylen Brown. From long range. Brown with the 3 with a hand in his face.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. To Covington. To Wall. To Covington. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't connect. It's no good. To Brogdon. For 3. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of 3s. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
To Covington. Batum. Fires the 3. Off the iron. No good. To Jaylen Brown. Fires the 3. That no good. Off the mark. To Nick Batum. Oh, he got a piece of it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Celtics have it. Lets it fly from long range. Won't go for Brogdon. Had a hand in his face. Into the front court. It's Wall. He'll run the offense. To Powell. And counted at the rim.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Nothing going here on that drive. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. Wall into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Batum. Oh, he had it. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Knocks it down.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Desperation shot here from half court. That ends the third quarter. The Celtics way out in front. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
Ball's controlled by Boston. To Brogdon. And the Clippers with the rebound. To George. Brown with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Paul George. The pass set it all up.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Brown into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Here comes the screen. Even to Zubats. Rejects it. That's his third block this evening.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
George to Wall. To Paul George. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Paul George at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Boston with the basketball. Oh, emphatic slam. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Paul George, 4-2. Tatum. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. George against White. There it is, John Wall. He has struggled just a little bit, 2 for 5.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Tatum. No good. To George. Trying to cash in. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
Look, I get it. I've been one of the players who have had these mishaps happen to defensively. There is no worse feeling than the next day in film session watching yourself roam on the island by yourself. Somebody in this particular moment needs to tell you to get your head out of you-know-what to get back in the game.
Here comes the screen. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
There it is, John Wall. 3 for 6 now. What do you see in John Wall's game, Jay, that sets him apart?
That he could probably finish with his left hand better than he could finish with his right. I remember watching him in high school. He was jumping off his right foot and dunking the ball lefty as if it was that easy. He can do it with both hands, which makes him way more efficient around the rim.
That right there, Jay, his 8th 3 of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his foul through.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the 4th quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. 4-3. Great defense, forcing the miss. It's LA Clippers ball. Wall over to the right side. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Brown with it up top. His guy's up by 15. Here comes the screen. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
I don't know, Ed. Maybe there's a long-term play here. But next game, we're going to be aggressive early. Maybe.
First one, count it. Two for 2 on that trip. Clippers have the basketball. Wall. To Covington. Robert Covington with the strong finish.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Even to Zubats. Pins it. 4th this contest.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Jaylen Brown. Here's a chance from long range. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
Wall across the timeline. His guys down big. Celtics have it. Here comes the screen. Going to launch beyond the arc. They have to keep him in their grasp.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a 3-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the 3-point shot.
Wall to Luke Kennard. Blake Griffin sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than about actually making the shot.
Paul George. Missed a wide open look to Jaylen Brown. George. Nice pass to set things up. Reggie Jackson, not that time.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Rises for the slam. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Jackson to Paul George. Jackson to George. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
I cannot miss.
To Marcus Morris. Leonard. Paul George to Marcus Morris. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
And you always feel like the words vision and unselfishness go together. They work cohesively as a unit. When you have a guy that has both, that sets the tone for how your team is going to play.
To Jaylen Brown from long range. He was all over him. Leonard to Paul George. Has a look. The shot by George won't go down. To Griffin. Tatum. 10 threes for him now in the game, Jay. Just astonishing.
And I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's only happened 30-something times since the three-point line went into effect in 1979. Goes to show you how big of a night he's having.
How old were you back then?
I was not born yet, my friend.
Boom, baby. PG lets it fly. Not that time. To Jaylen Brown. Beyond the arc for three. Not getting the bounce. To Leonard. To George. Strong finish for Paul George. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Tatum. And the Clippers able to clear the board. Great feed. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
And finishes strong.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
To Brogdon. And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. Jackson. George knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. George, and a pass stolen by Boston.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Tatum knocks it down.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Celtics come away with it.
That's all she wrote. Dribble it out.
Griffin. Probing the defense. Tatum. Here comes the screen. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Paul George. Celtics have it. Can't slam it down. Batum to Reggie Jackson. Nice pass to get things going.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Tatum. Cleans it up. Cleans it up. To Griffin. Has a chance. Deep two there. Won't go.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
To Griffin. Marcus Morris able to recover with the block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Shot by Zubats off the mark. Oh, how about that? A three at the buzzer. It's going to bring some icy stares from the other bench. This one is now all over.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics emerged victorious after a tight finish. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Clippers are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. And while they didn't win the game, they could have won a dunk contest. They put down plenty of slams in this matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense. But still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game.
Tatum was aggressive today with his scoring, getting his points right at the basket. He put down a crazy number of dunks in today's matchup. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.